Hello everyone! Hello! This is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard the Starship Norma Prize for another episode of Fate. Alright, so in the last episode, I believe we cleared out the 9th level dungeon, so today we are going to be working on clearing out the 10th level dungeon. And as we get further and further through the game, the mobs will slowly get harder and harder, and we'll be able to get better and better gear for our character to slowly improve our build of how we want to design our character. So yeah, let's get into the game. Alright, so let's go around and talk to all the mercenaries, the vendors, I guess would be a better way to say that. And let's see what new items they have, because every time we load into the game, the vendors refresh their inventory. And there is a way you can actually abuse that because, you know, everything is completely randomized in this game. I try my best not to abuse it because I still want the random chances of getting good items to pop up. But when we're getting quests and whatnot going on, I will check the vendors every single time to see if they have anything new. In the next playthrough we do in the future, I might make it to where if we only have 1 or 2 quests available, I'll only grab 1 or 2 quests instead of keep refreshing until we get 3 quests available. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that would make the game a little bit more randomized and make it to where we might get unlucky and get a bad run, or we might get very lucky and get a good run.
Be welcome, traveler.
The only reason I really don't do that too much is because the quests, the rewards are completely randomized, so I don't know. I might just still keep it to where we always have 3 quests every time we go into a dungeon. But anyways, let's see what we have around here. I believe we were trying to find something for our hammer last time. 2 fire damage. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Do some spell damage. But we got nothing useful, and we have just very basic jewelry. So, nothing useful from the spellcaster vendor. Oh, what about
May the light shine upon you.
actual spells? I think we have a while before we can summon our next creature. We have to get our magic much higher. So we're going to be stuck with skeletons for quite some time. Oh, and speaking of which, I gotta remember when we level up to do, I think it was 2 strength, 1 vitality, and 2 magic, I believe is what we're doing for this run. I think last time I did 3 strength and 2 magic. No, I did 2 strength, and I think I did 2 vitality and 1 magic, so I need to flip those, I think. I don't remember. I don't remember what I did. I need to, at the end of this episode, I need to write down what I need to make, so every time we level up, I'll just have it on the side screen, be like, oh yeah, I need this, this, and this for this character. So what do we have at the blacksmith? Those gloves look pretty good, but we need a lot of strength. It's gonna be a while before we can use those. What about hammers? Here's a good hammer. It's a superior orc hammer too, so it does extra damage. It's 62. I believe the iron hammer is the next one we need. But doesn't look like... Ooh, this belt is really good. It's 6% vitality bonus. Since we're not really focusing on vitality, that's not as useful as just straight up life, because you do get a little bit of life every time you level up and every time you increase your vitality. So life to me is more useful than vitality. But I think we're pretty good when it comes to everything being updated. For a character. We need to get a better cap, but this cap that allows us to do 10% additional damage. Which that's actually more useful late game than early game, just because our weapons just don't do that much damage in early game. But the 10% damage dealt bonus, I believe, helps our summoners. Let me check that out real quick. We need to do an experiment when we go into the actual mines, or to go into the actual dungeon, to see if that 10% damage bonus actually stacks with our pet. I know it stacks with our aggressive spells, but I don't know if it stacks with our summoning pets. If it does, that would be amazing. Let's go over here and check this guy out, the rare vendor.
I've got deals nobody can touch.
Ooh, an elite leather vest. Ooh, requires renown of respected. So we're starting to get elite things dropping now. Okay. Good to know. But this is actually better than our current vest. It requires less strength. Actually, it just requires just about the same amount of strength. Now, superior stuff can stack with elite, so you can get a superior elite leather vest. And eventually, there's another one when we get really deep down the dungeon for legendary. And I believe after that, elite can stack with legendary. So you can have a legendary, elite, superior version of an item. Which is kind of crazy. But yeah, let's go ahead and grab this. It is a cheap purchase. And it's 22 armor instead of 17, so that is an improvement. So even though we've downgraded down to the original vest, it's an elite version,
Well, I've got plenty for sale,
which gives us
so
more
I
armor than our
do.
current one, or more defense, I should say. That brings our defense up to 82. We're still a little bit on the low side, but that's also because we're not a pure warrior, so we're not investing a lot of points into strength. But it's getting there. We're a lot higher than our pet. We need to get our pet's defense a little bit higher. What else do we have here?
I've got something special you might be interested in.
No new weapons. We do have a marksman cap, which isn't going to be something I'll be able to use because we don't really grow our dexterity. Superior Holy Heavy Crossbow of the Lizard. 112,000 gold to buy that thing. Good gravy. I can't wait until our magic gets high enough to where we can start summoning dragons to help us out. That's going to be amazing. That's going to be very deep in the dungeon before we can do that. Ooh, Timberwolves are at 38. Ooh, I would love to have a bunch of doggies running around to help me. That would be nice. That's 38, we're at 28, so that's going to be 5 more levels before we can get something like that. How expensive is that?
It's practically stealing.
6,000, we have 23,000. That is a spell I want to have for the future, so let's go ahead and buy that. And we're going to put it in here in our storage bin for future. Do we have these gloves that we can't use until we get up to 50 strength? And then we have this iron hammer with 2 sockets on it. Which we need 52 strength. We're almost there, we're at 46. We need to keep finding items that help improve our strength so we can start using that. And then as we attack shouldn't be too big of a deal since we are investing a lot of our talent points into hammer skills. And we have +4 already, so damage I'm not too worried about. Just the damage or hitting I'm not too worried about. Just need to improve our defense so we survive a little bit longer, a little bit better. Because as we get deeper and deeper in the dungeon, we're going to be fighting bigger monsters and eventually elite versions and then legendary versions of those monsters. And it's going to get quite crazy. Anyways, let's go get ourselves healed and we'll be ready to go into the dungeon.
Good day.
You feel refreshed.
Ooh, we only need 500 more fame to get up to the next level. Cool, and that would be 4 more talent points that we can use, so we can summon better skeletons and hit better. I love Fate so much. This was the first game that introduced me into an RNG system, and I believe Fate is one of those few games that does it right. Like, it's random enough to where every single run is different, but it's not so random to where it's like impossible to make a build work. You just have to get lucky. And most of the time, the game is pretty forgiving because everything is broken down into 4 different stats. So if you want to make something that can survive a lot of hits, you go with Vitality. If you want to be like a Ranger, or if you want to be something that can dodge a lot of attacks, you go with Dexterity. If you want to be a hard hitter, you go with Strength. If you want to be a Magic user, you go with Magic. It's very simple and very, very easily broken down, so it's easy to understand. All right, into the dungeon. Actually, before we go, just want to make sure. Yep, we have more town portals, and we have all of our healing things. So yeah, we're good to go.
You enter the portal.
You enter the portal. Boop 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 boo do 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 do. So yeah, Fate was my first introduction when it comes to dungeon crawling games and like really big RPGs. So I love this. This is one of my all-time favorite games, and I really do wish that someone would make like a game similar to this, where you just go into a dungeon, you clear out the level, you go back, you upgrade your gear, go into the next level that's harder than the previous one, so on and so forth. It's a very simple concept, and I love it so much. On to level 10. Alright, and I want to go ahead and summon us a skeleton. I want to see how much damage our skeleton does. I think it does 19. Let's test it on something else. Boop, boop, boop.
The trap has been sprung.
The trap has been sprung. There we are. I couldn't actually see because all this stuff was in the way. But I think he's doing like 19 to something. Which is about as much as my pet, I think. Actually, no, my pet does more. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, he's doing like 17 to 20 damage. Okay, let's take our headpiece off. That gives us a 10% more damage bonus, and let's see if that changes. $16, $19. Nope, does the same amount. Okay. So it does not matter when it comes to your summoners how much damage bonus you do. So that means that helmet isn't as useful as I originally thought it was. What matters on how your skeletons improve is when they level up. Because leveling up increases their health and increases their damage. And by leveling up, we have to improve our charm magic. So cool. Good to know. But if you want to be a spellcaster, increasing your damage increases the amount of damage you do with your spells. Boop, 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 boop. Oh god, poison. Oh god, no! They're learning how to dispel! My one weakness. There we go. Giant Minotaur is complete. I mean, killed. Not complete. Those were the wrong words. Let's get about 3. Enough mana for 1 more. There we go. Cool. Voltic gel. Ow! Don't electrocute me. It flippin' hurt, bruh.
You are poisoned.
Dare you. Boop, 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 boop. Poison lasts for 9 seconds. Okay, we should be fine. Ooh. Oh, is this the treasure room? Hey, we found a tiny treasure room. This is the smallest treasure room I think I've ever seen. But hey, it is something. Okay, well that's a dead end. Back to the original area. Do go, my skeletons. Go kill the Widow Queen.
You have triggered a trap.
You have trapped the trigger. Oh god, there's a lot of things here. Lots of Widow Queens. Go, 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 kill everything! Oh, there's a vampire too.
You are poisoned.
We have to learn... Ooh, frost spell. We have to learn how to cure poisons soon. Mm-hmm. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Zombies hit hard. Boopity boop boop boop. Continue down the. Oh god, vampire. Bump bat. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. Oh, that is a dead end. This dungeon has quite a bit of dead ends. Have we found anything for our quest yet? We gotta find a boss that has goblin shamans guarding it. That's gonna be fun. They're probably gonna dispel my guys. And then we have to find a vampire boss and kill more zombies. Okay. Found a fishing pole in that one. Blub, 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 blub. What's down this way? Ooh, another treasure room. A tiny treasure room. A 1-block treasure room, but hey, it's something. How close are you? Have a long time till you level. Okay, and I think I have a... Yeah, I have a long time till I level too. We probably won't get a level in this run. Which is fine. That happens. Alright, what do we have down this hallway? Cool.
Your pack is full.
Your face is full. Cool. Ooh, tiger.
You have sprung the trap.
The trap has been sprung. They keep running away. No, you get back here! Oh god, a Yeti! Run away from the Yeti! Ooh, man, he hits hard. Whew. Jeez. Giant Yetis off the port bow. Alright, what do we have down this hallway? A stamina potion. Might be useful because this dungeon seems to be having a lot of hallways. So running back and forth is... Oh god, a mummy! Can be quite annoying. Oh, this is just a circle. Interesting.
Your pack is full.
But it seems to be a pretty big dungeon that it spawned this time. So it looks like we have everything down here cleared. Now we need to work on going up in the direction. See where that goes. Boop -a boop 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 boop.
You have sprung the trap.
You have trapped the sprung.
The trap has been sprung. You have completed a quest.
Yay! We completed the zombie quest. Nice. Now we still need to find, oh, we just have to kill 5 goblin shamans for that quest. Okay. This is the one with the boss. Good to know. Boop -a boop -a boop 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 boop. Whoa. Fishy man! Do you have anything permanent I can buy yet? I think you still only sell small stuff. Fingerling... Yeah, we haven't gotten deep enough in the dungeon for him to really start selling permanent stuff yet. The best thing we can get a Nocturne Stalker. So I need to get a Flawless Beta. Because that's what I want my pet to be. I want him to be a stalker. To have a kitty following me around. What's the differences between these? A stalker will have less strength, but more dexterity. That makes sense. A little bit less health, but more armor. Okay, so health and strength are taken away for more dexterity, which will increase its defense, which increases its dodge rating, and also have slightly more armor, so it takes less damage. Cool. But that's what I want. And I don't know. I think there are elite and legendary versions of these that make them even more powerful. And if they stack like armor does, I believe there is a legendary elite version you can get too that has both of them. So you can have a legendary elite stalker as your pet, which is pretty darn cool. Oh god! Giant spoiler!
You cannot carry anymore.
Your face can't carry anymore. Okay, cool. Oh boy. Boopity boop boop boop. Boopity boop boop boop. Also haven't gotten a whole lot of experience for this round too.
You have sprung the trap.
There's our boss. Or skeletons. Doesn't seem to know dispel, so we seem to be good.
You have completed a quest.
Fantastic. Cool. So we killed the vampire. We still have one more to do. There's a couple more. Oh my god, another Yeti. Whew. I am so glad we can summon skeletons. Oh my god. There's another Yeti back here.
You are overburdened.
Okay, well, that was slightly terrifying. What else do we have around here? Lizard man. Someone has a fire bow that's shooting one of my my guys. That would be you. Give me that fire bow. It dropped. Fantastic. Oh my god, another Yeti. Ow! Run! I need more skeletons!
Insufficient mana.
Okay, well, that was, Jeez, all of the Yetis were just up here in this area.
Your pack is full.
Hey. We have not completed that last quest yet? There's one more shaman. Somewhere. Is there anywhere I have not actually gone? Is he still up here? Nope, found him. Nope, never mind. Oh, that is a goblin shaman. I was thinking of an imp shaman.
Completed.
Never mind. Sweet. So we found him. There was like a small little patrol still down here at the bottom because I'd never actually explored like right underneath our starting area, our starting zone. So cool. We got all of our quests done. So it is time to head back, go through our gear and get ready to turn our quests in. See if keeping the gear, if it's worth it instead of turning it in. That's one thing I kind of don't really do too much in this because I'd rather have the experience and fame over whatever the gear item I'll get, but sometimes the gear that drops can be very, very useful. So let's see what we get. Let's go ahead and activate our town portal. Head back to town. Alright. Oh wow. Pick with 3 sockets on it. This can have up to 6 sockets because you can have a socket for every single spot that it actually owns. So yeah, so like if you ever want to get the very best item you can possibly get, it will be this item with 6 sockets, legendary, elite, superior, all on it. So yeah, things can get things can get quite crazy if you hit all of the rolls when it comes to the random generation of items in this game. But let's see, let's go ahead and identify you. Pick of fertility, not fertility, frailty. You lose 5% strength when you wear this pick. I love how this game has like curses and penalties on some items that sometimes happen. That's why there is a guy up here that you can use to enchant your items, and that includes items that you currently already have, but there is a chance he'll accidentally curse it. And so if you have like a really, really good legendary drop that came in, I'm terrified of using that guy because I don't want him to put a curse on it when it's already really, really good. So I stick with just the random chances that the game gives you when it comes to enchantments and stuff like that.
How may I help you?
So you're 693 and you are worth nothing because you're cursed. And let's go ahead and check out our pet stuff. We do have this quest item, but it is a crossbow, so I wouldn't be able to use it. I don't specialize in bows. But this is the River Thren's Aiding Light Crossbow of the Tortoise. 9% stamina bonus, so larger stamina pool, so you can run around more. On the map, they're useful for on the map that we were just in. So if you're in like a long corridor and you have to run all the way to the end of that to get to the next one, that's where having a high lot of stamina helps you get through those faster. 3% faster casting speed. That's useful for me if I get in a dangerous situation and I need to cast faster and get all my my skeletons out. Plus 7 attack bonus, which is just straight up better accuracy. 6% damage taken reduced, so you just take up straight 6% less damage, which would be useful for like Yetis and whatnot that hit really hard. And plus 6 vitality, so just straight up more health. So that is a really good bow if we were actually using bows. So, but since we're not, it's useless to me. And this is a Flaming Blind Crossbow of the Tortoise. Gets plus 10 additional fire damage. You gain plus 2% additional stamina, but you lose 1 attack, so you lose 1 on your accuracy rolls. So that's actually not that bad of a penalty compared to what it could be. But yeah, that's an interesting roll on that one. And I need another book so that we can look at the other ones that we need to enchant. You always want to make sure that you identify your items. If you played any RPG, you probably know this. But you want to make sure that you always identify it, because if there's a good roll on the enchantment, it will increase the price, so that makes it more valuable and it sells for more. We have a Mange's Stash. Guiding Mange's Sash of Basics. 1% reduced item requirements, so it reduces all the requirements of all of your items that your character wears and future wears by 1%. And plus 2 attack, so it increases your accuracy by 2. So that's not too bad for a very basic mange equipment. But let's get rid of you. We got a couple more to identify. Superior Quivering Large Axe of Luck. So plus 1% chance of finding magical items, but 1 stamina drained per second. Now this is one of those ones that if you put on your character, you will no longer be able to sprint because it gives you a negative stamina regeneration. So yeah, those are one of those items that you have to be careful with. And what do we have over here? Assassin Blade of the Lizard. Plus 1% mana stolen per hit. So you just get mana every time you hit your enemy. Pretty cool.
Be welcome, traveler.
Boop, boop, boop. So we have 25,000 gold without turning in our quest. So let's go ahead and do that and see what we get. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, our fame leveled up. Nice. So we gained 2,523 experience, which barely moved us. Got a low roll on the experience. 897 fame, 897 fame, which is a decent roll. And 11,657 gold, which is a good amount of gold. And we gained the Goblin Cipher of Vitality. And our fame has leveled up. We are now well known. Yee! We are becoming the famous. Goblin Cipher of Vitality. Holy crap. 11% Vitality. Whew. We were going with swords. That would definitely help increase our health. Hey, so we gained 4 skill points, and I believe all of these are 10. They are, so we get to increase them all by 1. So we have additional damage and additional accuracy with our hammers, and then critical strike's going to go up. So now we have a 12.4% chance to critical strike with an attack. Dual wielding is going to go up. Our primary weapon does 83.8% damage now, and our secondary weapon does 67.7%. And charm's going to go up, which that will allow us to have stronger zombies. So now we can summon a level 15 zombies, and we can summon a level 12 spiders to help us out. So cool. Boop, 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 boop. So let's turn in our next quest. We gained 3,813 experience, 688 fame, and 7,200 gold. So not bad. Those were decent rolls. Except for experience. Experience is still a little bit on the low side. And we got the War Club of Blocking received. Oh my, that's a big blub. So 1% improved chance of blocking. So if we had a shield, that would be useful to help increase that. Alright, let's go turn in our third and final quest.
Your pack is full. Your
Alright.
pet has increased in power.
Ooh, our pet leveled up. Nice. So we gained 4,399 experience, 585 fame, and 5,790 gold. So like no gold whatsoever. Very low on fame, and this one was not the best round when it comes to experience and stuff. But we gained the Holy Board Axe of the Mighty. Nice. And now that our pet leveled up, it does 22 to 26 damage, has 135 attack rating, 67 defense, and 309 health. Wow. Our pet has a lot of survivability. And what does this do? Holy Board Axe of the Mighty. So 6% attack speed bonus and 21 damage to undead. So really, really useful against zombies. Good to know. Alright. So let's go shopping real quick. Let's see what new items we can buy with all the new gold we have. We have almost 50,000 gold. Good gravy.
Welcome, traveler.
1% life stolen, and that is about it. And what do we got for gems and stuff? Because we're still looking for a gem for our hammer. I mean, we can do plus 10 electrical damage, plus 10 undead, 10 fire, 6 ice, 2 ice. How much do we do now? 23 to 35. Hmm. Let's see, when we upgrade to the Iron Hammer one, I believe we'll be putting that on the secondary weapon, and this will be coming up back on the primary weapon, because we'll be replacing this one. I always want to have my stronger one in the back and my weaker one in the front, because you do more damage with the primary weapon than you do with the secondary, so to balance them out, I like to do it this way. So yeah, that means eventually this one's going to go away, so I don't really want to fill up the socket. Because here in a couple levels, that one's just going to no longer be there. Boo, 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 boo. And this one also has 2 sockets on it anyways, so we'll be able to probably put something to allow us to hit better, and probably put an enchantment for like fire or something like that. That'd be cool. Alright, what do we have down here at the blacksmith?
Don't be wasting my time.
Ooh, big boy hammer. Superior helm. In this cap, I want to increase its defense. I do like how it does 10% additional damage, but since we still don't really do a whole lot of damage, that's not super useful to me. Like getting something like this, 15 more defense, that's double the amount of defense this hat gives me. It's a superior helm. A military helm though. Holy crap. Because if we're going to be fighting Yetis and Minotaurs and stuff like that, we're going to need some defense to avoid those attacks. They hit very hard. It would put us up closer to a 90 on defense, which is still a little bit on the low side. But it is a lot better. Where do we get plus 5% defense from? Oh, and this also has a socket on it. What's that drop us down to if we actually... Let's go ahead and sell some things. And how much does this drop if we take this off? 21 to 32 from 23 to 35. Yeah, so the extra defense is definitely going to be worth it.
Can I help you?
So let's go check out just the rare vendor, see if there's anything that they got, and then we might buy that helmet. Oh my. Okay, they have an elite leather vest of bronze. This gives 6% attack bonus, 22 armor. It's the same the one as we currently have on, but it also has 2 sockets that we can put on. So we can like increase our resistance to like certain elements. We can increase our attack. We can get a life steal. Okay. I might have to do that. I do want to make sure my attack is as high as it can possibly be, so since we dual wield, we want to make sure we're always hitting the enemy. It's 18,000. Yeah, I can't pass that up. That is a direct upgrade from what we're currently wearing. Well, that leather vest lasted a really long time. Other than that, I don't see anything else in here that I really want. Okay. What'd that put our attack up to? 118. We're looking good. Our pet still has a much higher attack than we do, but we're getting there. We are becoming the powerful. So let's get down here and let's get this helmet, which will help increase our defense even more. That puts our defense up to 90. We lose 3 max damage and 2 minimum damage for this. So that's perfectly fine. In the future, we may hopefully find something that will allow us to increase our damage even more. Like maybe a better ring or something like that. But for right now, we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good for what we have. And now we have an actual helmet to defend ourselves. Indeed.
May fortune favor you.
Okay, and we do have a couple sockets. I don't think we have anything for like attack. Resistance, resistance. Mana recovered when installed. That's not a bad idea to have something with just mana regen so we can summon our pets a little bit faster. But it hasn't really been a problem. Mana pool is kind of our problem. How much does it cost to actually summon something? 25 or 14? We have 67, so we can summon twice. Okay. Good to know. Boo, 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 boo.
You feel refreshed.
Hooray!
I performed in the courts of kings.
We need 136,000 gold to achieve the rank of folk hero, which is renowned level 8. Wow. How much renown does it take? We need to be 20,000 renown in order to get to the next level. We're doing pretty good, bro. Renown 7, and we're only on the level 11 of the dungeon, so we're doing really good when it comes to rolls for fate. So don't have to invest in that anytime soon. And we're just now starting to get elite stuff, which I think is right now at respected, which is like level 3 or 4. So we're doing good.
Well met.
Ooh, ice swallowers, icy quick crossbow of years.
You have received a task.
Ooh, that is a very good gold roll. 11,900. Experience is okay, 4,500. Fame is good though, 900. So and we get an item for it. That was a really, really good one. Okay, I'm gonna go around and grab new quests so that we can get ready for the next level. And let's see if these two actually have level 11s.
A fine day to you.
Nope, that's a level 12. And level 12. Alright, I will be right back once I have all of the quests.
A task.
Alright, we got all 3 of our quests now. So we have the one where we need to retrieve the crossbow of years. We have another one we need to destroy 8 greater basilisks. And they will give us a solid elite crystal mace as my reward, which is interesting. Unfortunately, that's a mace and club, not a hammer, so we won't be able to use it, but an elite mace. Very cool. And then the last one is got to destroy a boss minotaur and its werebearer minions. It's got 4 of them guarding it, so very interesting. But when it comes to rolls, the first one we got really good on gold. And I forget that experience is supposed to be half of gold. Gold is usually, if it's a good roll, if it's this is for dungeon level 11 and this is over 11,000, that is a very, very good roll. That's like probably one of the highest rolls we can get. So tons of gold on that one. Fame is supposed to be half of that, and so 5,500, if it's around that is considered very good. We got 4,500, so good. That is a good roll when it comes to experience, and fame is supposed to be 1/10 of gold, so that would be 1,100 fame on a quest would be considered very good for this level. We got 900. That's good. It's not the best, but it's up there. All this is really good for this roll, and we also get an item. So this quest was real. We got really lucky on all the rolls. The next one, we got 10,000 gold, which is still very good. Not quite maxed out, but still very good. We got 3,300 experience, which is a little bit on the low side. That's about maybe low average. And then we got 553 fame, which is low. That is about half of what we could get. So that was a low roll on the fame, but we're kind of due for low rolls on fames. We've been getting very lucky with those recently. And then for the last one, we don't get any items, but we get 11,600 gold, which is way up there. That is very, very good. 4,600 experience, which is not like perfect, but it's good. It's up there. And 1,035 fame, which is really high as well. So this one also very good on the rolls. So next level, we're gonna get a lot of gold and a lot of experience and a lot of fame to continue down the path. And before we end this, let's quickly go through the merchants again, because every time we reload, merchants get reset. Let's see if we got anything. Ooh, Scream Ripper's Shining Lapis Ring of Seasons. So plus 1% improved chance to block, useless to me. I don't use shields. 3% faster casting speed, that's kind of useful. 2% damage reflect back to the enemy, which is cool. That is some thorns from World of Warcraft. It's the only thing I can think of when it comes to that stuff. And 9% mana bonus, so our mana pool goes up, which allows us to summon more units, and 1 mana recovered, so we get a mana regeneration, or increase in our mana regeneration, so our pool of our mana will regenerate faster. So that is very good, but it's not worth 36,000 gold to me, because there's certain things in that are useless to me. So, but really cool. And then we have the Docile Ring of Stone, which is just straight 8% defense bonus. So that would probably be pretty useful on our pet. It's not, I mean, it is something I need, but I don't really want to give up any of these for that. Like plus 2 hammer skill is very useful. 3% strength is useful because I can use better items. Plus 2 hammer skill is very useful there too. This one gives me tons of strength and life. So this could be useful on our pet. Let's see. What do we have? 2% attack speed. 8% defense bonus is much more useful than 2% attack speed. That might be worth it. You're only at 67 defense. 8% of that would be about 5, bringing you up to like 72. I mean, the higher defense our pet has, the more it dodges, which means less damage it's going to take. So,
How may I help you?
but that 8% defense bonus, I think, is going to be more useful than 2% attack speed. This one's great because of the 11% life bonus it has. The skill bonuses are useless, but the 11% health bonus is very useful, and the 10% attack bonus here is very useful too. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's invest in our pet a little bit. So, our defense goes up to 72, and we lose 2% attack speed, which is still nothing. We don't really have a high enough damage to really take a use of 2% attack speed, so the 8% defense is much more useful in our bet. So yeah, increased our defense by 5. We now have 72. I believe we have higher defense now than our pet. Yeah, we have 90, but that's still an improvement. That is something that'll help our pet survive a little bit better.
A good day to you, Wanderer.
And then once we get deeper in the dungeon, we'll be able to find flawless versions of other animals, and we'll be able to permanently turn our pet into something better. I really want to turn her into a Night Saber Stalker, and I'm probably going to keep that until we find an elite version of that to turn her into.
Never have you seen such fine craftsmanship.
I don't know why I told my pet to talk to that. What do we have? These boots are a lot better than our current ones, but they require 58 strength, which we're not going to have for a while. I could keep this for a future thing, but right now they don't have any buffs or anything on them. It's just straight normal boots, so we might wait until we get more buffs. And then pretty soon we'll be able to handle mauls. It's 21 to 32 damage. Cool. But everything else here is kind of not really useful to me. The 34 defense would really help. But it is 58 strength, which is 12 strength away, so unless I get some items that really help improve my strength, I don't see myself getting that anytime soon. And I'm pretty sure by the time I'm able to use it, we'll find something better that has enchantments or superior or elite or something like that.
Come closer. I might be able to cut you a deal.
Cabale's Disciple Military Helm of the Tusk. 4% damage taken reduced, plus 4 club and mace, which is useless to me, 11% stamina. Pretty useless to me. Nothing really satisfying with that. And here's an Elite Cruel Morning Star. Still only have Renown of Respected dropping. Don't have anything higher yet. Okay. And ring mail. Alright, so I think that is gonna do it.
Let me show you what I have to sell, huh?
Grab a couple of these charms. Make sure we have plenty of town portals and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I can sell this. I don't need to know that because I'm not a spellcaster. I can also sell this too. Sell you. Let's get rid of some of these healing potions. I want to keep a couple mana potions just for emergencies. Get us some antidotes in case we run into poison. Let's just put you there. Yeah, that'll be good. Alright. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Our character is slowly getting better armor, getting better gear. We got through the level 10 dungeon. Next episode, we're gonna be going through level 11. And as we get further and further down, we're gonna eventually run into elite version of these mobs. Hopefully we can survive. Right now, I think our main problem is we just need more defense, which I should be able to go up higher as we level up more and more and get our strength higher and higher so we can put better gear on our character to help with the defense problem. But so far doing good. Really enjoying this playthrough, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. So if you enjoy this, please leave a like if you like what I do. Consider subscribing if you want to see more of me. I have my main channel in the video description called Captain Soban. I don't know why I had to think about that. Where I play space and strategy games, and you guys can watch that over there if you want to. I also stream on Twitch on Thursdays, and I stream with my friend Meat, where we play crafting and survival games. And I also have my girlfriend's Instagram account in the video description, where she makes artwork for people and tries to spread love and happiness throughout the world. She is amazing. Love that woman very much. And if you guys can do me a favor and you don't have to ask for a commission or anything, but if you hit the go to the link and follow her on Instagram and send her a message saying she's an awesome, amazing person, I would greatly appreciate that. Until next time, this is Captain Soban signing out.